Hello, what's up everybody? It's your boy Roar Extreme and we are back here in Green Hell. So it's been a while since we've played the game. We tested it quite a bit. I tried to do a live stream and I've played roughly a few hours as well, just to make sure that I still remember the controls and some of the recipes that are important for us to be able to actually not die quickly in the game. So we are here, day 1 survival mode, and as you can see, so we're just trying to polish basically not our speed per se, but we're just trying to polish our routine. So the routine that you have at the beginning of the game is actually crucial, since you'll find the game a bit more challenging at the beginning versus when you've established items and a permanent base as well. And this will serve as another guide for those who are looking to purchase the game for themselves and is thinking this game is challenging and would want to have an idea of how to successfully roll the first few days of the game. So right now we're just collecting rope. So we have plenty already. We have sticks and we have stone. So basically we can craft the first tool that we would need. So that'll be a stone blade. Okay, now we'd want to find more rocks or stones so that we can craft more tools that will help us initially at the beginning of the game. So the goal is basically get armored up as soon as possible before we start exploring, and at the same time, the longer you are sitting in a spot, the more dangerous it'll be for you, because some of the spots here are spawn area or roaming area for wildlife such as jaguars or panthers, and sometimes there are areas as well that the tribesmen, so the Yabawaka, is scouting. So make sure that you move and look for areas of interest, and then try to set yourself up before exploring and moving out to the places that you would want to go. For example, there are camps here that you would want to go to learn specific recipes. So for example, the drying rack or the smoking rack, if you want to get those, you need to visit specific camps. Here, for example, we'd want to visit this first camp. So this is a jaguar spawn area right here at the back. So the jaguar does roam up until here in the middle of the base. So we wouldn't want to dilly-dally around here too long. So we're here just to get the bone knife, to get the recipe for the drying rack, and set ourselves up initially. Now you can take your time. I'm not saying that you will not be successful if you will not take your time. Being careful is something that you can do as well. It is, of course, going to provide you more success if you do take time, but if you do take too long, it might actually put you in danger. So being careful means that you're not taking too much time, but you're basically being hyper aware of your surroundings. So we'll get the Molinaria there. We'll craft, and we can actually toggle the amount as long as we have the enough materials to actually craft the item that we'd want to craft. So here we'll just craft a few bandages there as much as we can. Let's switch to the spear, and we have peccaries here. This will give us 4 bones. Make sure that you Make sure that you are successful with your headshot. Otherwise, of course, the animal will just bring your spear or your arrows with them, and you'd have to track them down. So you can recover your item. So you'll eventually see the animal dead. You'll be able to recover the item if you harvest them. But of course, that means that you would have to actually run after them in the jungle, which is very dangerous. You might step on a spider, a snake, or you might come across a jaguar or something. So here's another one. So we're just going to farm a bit the peccaries here to get the bones, so that we can stack up with armor. So here's the unknown herb. So that's the plant that we destroyed earlier, and we'll make ourselves a lily dressing. All right, so we basically have 8 bones, 3 bones per armor. I think there's a carcass somewhere around here. Oh, so this is a tobacco plant. So the same as the lily dressing, so we'll just go ahead and craft this to a tobacco dressing. Okay, and I'll keep that one for now. Now the reason why I'm keeping that one is whichever arrives or whichever comes first, the need to get it or harvest it for fiber, or the need for another tobacco dressing. So as you can see there, I wasn't able to get the headshot, so I need to go ahead and follow the animal and track him down, and I think it went down here and it's dead right around here. So there it is by the water. So I can get my spear. The thing here is if the animal died on water, so you'd have to play with your mouse to be able to get the prompt to harvest the animal. Alright, so we're overburdened, so it means that we will be moving slower than usual, so I'm going to just dump out the meat that we're not going to need. Alright, so I think we should have enough. How many bones do we have here? So we have 12. So we have enough bones to craft ourselves a full set of bone armor. So this one here, this plant, you'll get an unknown bulb. So that bulb is, if you cook it in as a soup or by the fire, you'll actually get a huge amount of carbohydrates. So let's get the banana leaf here. Alright, now to craft ourselves an armor, so just craft using a banana leaf. Put in 3 bones in a crafting table and 2 rope. There you go. You have your first bone armor. Let me just drop that on the ground. And then craft. Again, 3 bones. 2 rope. We get another armor. Drop that on the ground. Craft. Oh. Three bones, 2 rope. So this is just going to increase our survivability just in case we do encounter natives and a jaguar. If they attack you, you will be injured, so you'll get lacerations that might get infection for the jaguar. That's why we want to armor up. The same as for the natives. Okay, so there we go. So we're armored up. We have a weapon. We have good amount of meat, and we have these unknown fruits. So these large corn-looking unknown fruits, I think it's Monstera something, or something Monstera. I can't remember the name. But this gives you 10 energy, the same as the blue mushrooms, which is awesome. Since if you will be oh, there we go. So as you can see, like I mentioned, the reason why we want to make the armor is because of these kinds of incidents. So even though I'm not attacking, as you can see, I'm not being injured by the jaguar until he actually destroys my armor. So see, no injuries, we're safe. Our HP though is still being damaged by the attack, but we don't have any injuries to treat. So slowly, since the jaguar retreated, our HP will return back to normal. So that's why I always rush the armor at day 1. Let's just drink some water here. It's unsafe. It means you'll only have a low chance to actually get parasites. So I'm taking the chance since we do have these red button mushrooms there. That actually removes 1 count of parasite every time you consume one. So we're just going to head down here through the stone gate and another stone gate here. This will lead us to our next camp or next point of interest in the map. And speaking of maps, this is where we will be getting the first map of the game. So basically you can get, I believe, 3 maps here and then another map if you are able to traverse through the Spirit of Amazonia map, which is the DLC for the game. I wish there's a version that you can play directly or you'll spawn in the Spirits of Amazonia map. But I haven't experienced that during survival. And I haven't explored it as well. I haven't traversed the whole map to try and get to the Spirits of Amazonia section of the map. So this is an open world game. So meaning it is connected together and there's a way for you to reach it. Okay, now since we're here, we're going to replace our spear. So these bamboo sticks, so long bamboo sticks, are actually better to craft yourself a spear. So you'll just need a long bamboo stick and that's it. You have yourself a spear. Let me go ahead and create a few. Okay. And here we are in the next area of interest. So this is basically the sequence that I always go to. So the first camp in story mode, so I'll try to reach that once I spawn. And then second, I'll go here. Oh, there's a lily plant there. Okay, and I'm always looking if there are tribal arrows spawning here. I don't think it's rare because I had it for quite a few times already. But most of the time there are no tribal arrows that are spawning here. But if you do get those, then it means that you're going to have early access to the bow and arrow. Alright, so I just picked up the pot. We're going to place the pot right here in the water collector. Now this is a water collector, so it can collect water even though it's not raining. The game itself has a wet season and dry season cycle. All right, now this map is even though it's not the safest map in Green Hell to build a permanent base in, since you do get visitors from here, which is the natives, and from the other side as well, and there's a jaguar spawn as well, right there at the back. But you see, if you cut down all of these cocoa plants here, if you cut down all of these plants, this is the area that will provide you the widest flat land that has access to water. So the area that we went up there, that has like the green hued algal bloomed water area down there with the barrels. That's actually a river that you can collect mud and you can collect water down there. So right there, so you can collect mud and water, and even right there, you can go up here to the back and create yourself a stable base here. The biggest flat area is actually the runway, the airport. But the thing is with that landing strip is that you wouldn't have access to mud. Alright, so we're just inspecting here. So we're going to collect another bone knife here. So we're not going to get ourselves an axe just yet, since we will not be needing it this soon. So let's get that pot. There's nothing else that I'd want to get here. And we can always go back just in case we want to, or we need to, or we want to check if we missed out anything later on. But since we already picked up the map, so we now have access to the map. Now we're going to head straight north here to this riverbed here, which is the third area of interest that I'd want to visit on the first day, and that's where we will build our first save point. So I just use the compass here and always go straight north. As you can see, we have a mullen area here, so we'll still gather materials that we might need or we want to stack up or stock up. And time is of the essence. The reason is you have, aside from the rain cycles, you also have a day and nighttime cycle. All right, so here's a tortoise. So this is basically half of the pot that we have. So it collects a decent amount of water. So since we're still exploring around in the map, so we would want to collect these feathers. I wouldn't need the meat, so I'll just drop that down here. Now the tortoise shell, since we're not setting up the base yet, tortoise shell will help us gather water, since we wouldn't be able to make water filters just yet. Oh, damn it! As you can see there, that's a snake, and we just run over a snake. So that's why you just you do not run in the jungle. All right, so let's go ahead and inspect. Let's treat it. Let's treat the poison, the fever. We can't do anything about the fever right now, so we just have to treat the poison, and then for the fever we just have to sleep it off later. So let's craft this as an extra tobacco dressing here. And then let's just... Oh. Yeah, we can basically go here. Or go through here. As you can see, it's already the afternoon. And we're in the river. Oh, another snake. So we're in the river area already. We're low on energy, so we'll eat this to get a bit more energy for running. Now this is a spawn area for caiman, and the other side as well. So we don't have time to hunt the caiman down, so we'll just go ahead straight to the base. Which is just right above here. So the caiman spawns around there in that water area, so that's also a riverbank below. But come on, let me climb this tree trunk right here. Coconut can prove itself useful in the early game, but we already have the pot and the tortoise shell. We have space, of course, for the extra monstera fruit. And it's getting dark. But here we are in the abandoned docks. So day 1, we visited 3 areas of interest already in the map. And we are in a relatively safe area. So the alright, so here's the reason why we didn't craft ourselves an axe. Because sometimes this area spawns a rusty axe. Okay, so I'll throw out 1 spear because it's just cheap to make, and then the bone knife because it has 100 durability, and then I'll keep that. And there we go. So in the evening time, we're already here at the 3rd area of interest, and this is where we'll create our first save. Basically put up all of our macros, and that's where we'll start our adventuring next time. So I'll end this video session here, relatively short, but thank you for joining in, and don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss the next episode of this video. Again, it's your boy Roar Extreme. You have a great day. I bid you adieu.